My name's Laura Thompson. I'm a Nebraska Extension educator and I work in the areas of ag technologies and on-farm research. So one of my main roles is to coordinate the Nebraska On-Farm Research Network, which works with farmers across the state to help them conduct their own research on their farms. And then I also do a lot with ag technologies, including helping farmers use the data that they're collecting and working with drones and aerial imagery. So we're using drones to help us improve our research in a number of different ways. So one way is just a simple quality control. So we're able to observe if there's been damage, maybe disease, maybe insect damage, or something that might have compromised the results of a study. Another way that we're using drones is to help us better understand the spatial response to a treatment. So if the treatment that we're looking at maybe responds differently in some portions of the field versus another portion of the field, and how we can target certain treatments or products or practices to the areas where it'll be most effective. And then the third way that we're really using it is using that drone and aerial imagery to actually direct management for our field. So that would be, for example, looking at nitrogen management in corn and using a drone to look at the field and make a variable rate in-season nitrogen prescription based on that imagery that we're getting from the drone. My research is really focused on helping farmers improve their productivity and profitability and efficiency, so allowing them to conduct research on their own farms that enables them to improve those aspects of their operation, and also using ag technologies to accompany that and help us be more efficient with our operations. So whether that's using yield monitor data and trying to look at that and understand where we're going to be more profitable in the field, or using aerial imagery from drones to try to assess where we've got problems in the field that need to be addressed, or where we can make some different management decisions, like with nitrogen, to be more efficient and more responsive to the actual needs of the crop. One example, we're testing a seed treatment for sudden death syndrome that occurs in soybeans. And so by using the aerial imagery and the imagery from drones, we're able to identify areas in the field where this disease is more of a problem, so that we can then target those treatments to those areas of the field where we're going to see the most response. Another way that we're using drones in research is to direct nitrogen management in corn. So using aerial imagery, looking at multi-spectral sensors that look at various wavelengths of light. So we're looking at several different wavelengths beyond what we can see with our eyes, looking at the near infrared and the red edge portion of the light spectrum, and using that imagery to help us know when it's time to fertilize our crops with nitrogen, how much nitrogen to apply, where in the field that nitrogen is needed, and try to be more efficient, more reactive to the actual growing conditions that are occurring in the field. There's a lot of opportunities for farmers to benefit from drone technology. One way is just having that view above the crop, being able to get above the crop and see it from an aerial perspective, pick up patterns that may be occurring, maybe areas where there's stress, maybe a disease, whatever issues that may be occurring, maybe irrigation issues in the field, maybe there's been wind damage. So being able to get that bird's eye view of the field can help immediately pick up some of those issues, just using a standard camera that would come on a drone. There's also a lot of benefit, especially when we think about crop scouting, how it's very difficult to get a good coverage of the field when you're crop scouting as the crop gets bigger and later into the season. It's difficult to really assess all portions of the field. So having that view, that overview of the field can really help target your scouting into those areas that may have some issues that need to be further looked at. Ultimately, I want farmers and ranchers to be able to have the tools to be able to really get the answers they need to improve their productivity and their profitability and their efficiency as they carry out their farming operations. The Nebraska On-Farm Research Network works with producers across the state. And so that's through a network of extension educators that are located throughout the state, and they'll work one-on-one with farmers to help them address the questions that they're interested in, help set up the research protocol for their specific scenario. So yeah, we welcome all farmers and ranchers to be a part of this on-farm research network and to be involved in it.